Welcome back to Digest with Jasmine. I'm Jasmine, your favorite registered dietitian nutritionist, dishing all the nutrition topics. Food journaling and counting calories are both ways to record what you eat, but they both reveal different things about your eating pattern. Over the next two videos, I'm going to break down how each of these reveals something about how you eat. Let's chat. If you're keeping tabs on your calories, you're probably counting your calories and watching what you eat. But is that it? Counting calories reveals so much more about your eating pattern. And today I want to explain some of those things that you can look for when you are counting your calories. Well, today's your lucky day because I'm going to be going over those different things that you can look for when you're also counting your calories. The first thing that I typically encourage my clients to do is look at their nutrient intake. So with calorie tracking apps, they usually also record your nutrients as well. There are so many different nutrients out there that I would suggest that you start with just a few so you're not feeling overwhelmed. You can look at the things that you're really most concerned about, or you can just look at something that you're really interested in. For an example, if you have hypertension in your family, I would suggest that you look at the sodium intake on your calorie tracking app. That is an easy way where you can just look to see how much sodium that you're consuming. Or if you're just interested in something like, I wonder how much fiber I'm getting, that's a really great place for you to start to look at. After 2 weeks, and I always emphasize 2 weeks because I feel like 1 week is not enough of you recording your calories if you're going to be looking at things like nutrients, just because you may have had a crazy week, or you probably don't eat like that on a regular. So I always feel like a week is never enough to get all the information you need. So typically after 2 weeks, I feel like you have enough data to look at to really sit down and to review your nutrient intake. And the question that really arises when you're looking at your nutrients is, okay, so looking at these nutrients, I feel like I had too much of this, not enough of that, and that could just be a really, really easy and simple way of how you can just like, okay, I need to work on my sodium intake. And typically with calorie tracking apps, they usually have the nutrients on there, and like say with, of course, I'm going to be using sodium a lot today. So with sodium, say that you're supposed to have 2,300 milligrams of sodium, right? And the app says, oh yeah, you had 2,100 milligrams. And you're like, great, I met my sodium intake for the week. But say that you have 2,800 milligrams. It may be red or a different color to let you know that you exceeded the amount that you needed for that day. So that could be a really easy place to look at when you are analyzing your nutrients. You could be like, okay, well, maybe I had more sodium than I needed. And then you can look at some different ways of how you can cut your sodium intake. That's one really, really easy, simple way that you can start looking at your nutrients intake for that week and be like, okay, maybe I can adjust it a little bit. So I think that's one of the easiest ways that you could use your calorie tracking app without just looking at your calories. Your analysis is going to tell you so much more than your calories alone. The second thing I would suggest that you look at is your portion size or your serving sizes. So again, typically when you are tracking your calories, you can put like, I had 3 ounces of chicken, or I had 2 cups of rice. You can actually put how much you had. So you can actually start looking at those different food groups, and you can look at, hey, I only had a half a cup of vegetables at lunch. And then you can make adjustments, because you could be like, well, that wasn't enough, or that was just enough, or you like, that was way too much. So you can look at these different portion sizes for yourself and really just, hone down on, maybe I can make small adjustments there. And the biggest thing too with this, if you really don't know where to start with your nutrients, with your portion sizes, you can always seek help from a registered dietitian. And being a registered dietitian, I think I'm always going to advise you guys to go seek one, because you can get so much stuff off of the internet. You're like, you really don't know where to start. And when you work with a registered dietitian, they're always going to have tailored nutrition, just information for you. So You may be like, Jasmine, you're telling me all these things and I don't even know where to start. The good thing is you can go see a registered dietitian, and then you can come back, look at these videos, and it can make so much more, because these are things that you can talk about with your dietitian for sure. How much sodium you should have, how much your portion sizes should be at each meal. These are all things that you can talk with, definitely with a dietitian. It'll be helpful. The last thing I would say having a calorie tracker app can do, it can help you identify meeting those goals that you set for yourself on your health and wellness journey. So think about if your goal is, I want to drink 3 sodas a week. You can quickly look at a week full of your food intake or your data that you inputted, and you can quickly confirm, yes, I had less than 3 sodas, or no, I had more than 3 sodas. And then you can just keep working on your goal. If you hit that goal of just having 3 sodas of less, good for you. I'm so proud of you. If you didn't, I'm still proud of you, because you're still at that moment to where you're tracking, and we're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to drink more than 3 sodas a week. It's okay. But making sure that you're getting right back on track, and that calorie tracking app can definitely help you get back on track, because you can just look, okay, hey, I assessed myself. I need to kind of cut back on the soda. So those are 3 areas where you can use your calorie tracking app. So just to review, you can review your nutrients. You can review all different types of nutrients. There are so many. So I would again suggest just looking at a few for a while and then sort of like move around. The second thing you can assess is your serving size or your portion sizes. Just being mindful of how much you're taking in is definitely going to help you just change some things a little bit on your plate. And then lastly, it can help you meet your goals. Just making sure you're staying on top of it and just doing what you're supposed to. You're definitely going to do it, and I believe in you. Again, make sure you guys go get you a dietitian. There's tons of dietitians for you out there. I'm a dietitian. I love to work with women and to help them meet their goals. And I definitely love to see women and their faces like light up when they're like, oh my God, I can eat pizza and still be healthy. Yes, you can. So the next time you have a calorie tracking app, it is just not for counting calories. It is not. You can do way, way more. Did I word that right? A calorie tracking app does more than just count calories, and I would advise you to use it to its full advantage, looking at all different sorts of things. But if calorie tracking is not your thing, food journaling may be. And we're going to talk about food journaling next week. So that means that you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel and put on those notifications. So when that video does drop, you can just press play. Plain and simple. And then also make sure that you join my private Facebook group, Girls Gone Healthy, and then follow me on Instagram. All of that will be in the video show notes below. And until next time, bye.